Hi guys, and so Pumpkin Warrior 2.0 not just, but kind of recently just posted a thread of a new game mode idea. I'm really a fan of that, and I was wondering if I could add on to that by probably making the store and currency system. Now I looked back in the thread and saw coins and kind of saw what it was like, so I'm basically going to throw out my general idea of what I think it should be. And so I kind of decorated it up a little bit, if you haven't noticed. So, actually I had to earn coins first. So I just built like a little house, So, if you survive the entire game as a human, you'll get 100 coins. If you win as a monster, you get 150 coins, because I figure that's a little bit harder, One jerky human like an MCI can just hide, and then you're kind of screwed when you are supposed to hide them all. But if he's really good or something like that, and it's 10 seconds left, and he's almost about to die, and he doesn't, then you kind of lose. And then survive 1 minute as a survivor will give you 20 coins, then kill a survivor gives you 25 coins as a monster, which I figure is harder than surviving a minute. But then again, that can be farmed. And of course I am using the texture pack. So then we got the upgrades, just so you kind of get a general idea of how things cost. So these are the survivor upgrades. Now, what I said is you can replace the teddy bear with other things. I was thinking that you can have 2 items. So you'd, of course, start with the teddy bear and nothing else. You could buy 2 other things, and just kind of have 2 things to use, because I don't think one's enough. And yes, you get that as the monster too, so not like these others are going to be super OP. So the survivor, the first one, is not very good. It's 2,000 coins. I don't want anyone getting upgrades too fast. And if you click it, you receive night vision for 30 seconds, but once you click it, it disappears. It's a one-time use. And of course, you'll get the night vision. And then we got the radio, which is 3,500 coins. And if you click it, it activates the song. I'll show you what it is. It's like that weird one. And I typed that weird somehow. The Broken Disc. So really what it does is it plays it. It plays the song when you click it, kind of add to the terror factor. And then it gets louder the closer he is, and then it gets quieter the farther away he is. So, if he's all the way across the map, you'd barely hear it. If he's 5 blocks away from you, it would be blaring. So you can kind of tell where he is. And of course, it's creepy. So, and I'm an idiot. Don't mind me replacing the grass that I took an hour to make. Then we got Cloak, which is 7,000 coins, which I gotta admit is pretty good. And what this is, shifting turns you invisible, except for a leather chest plate, and it's passive. So whenever you shift, you turn it invisible, but they can see a leather chest plate, which is pretty good, but keep in mind that monster can see pretty well if he has night vision. Then we got Vaccine for 8,500 coins, and what it does is, if you shoot the monster, it gives it blindness and slowness for 7 seconds, and you have 2 arrows, and it's not stacked. If you shoot the monster twice, it does not get it for 14 seconds. If you shoot it once, wait 2 seconds, shoot it again, it'll just be up to 7. And then for the last one, we have is Leap, which is 10,000 coins, and it launches you 10 blocks forward, and you get speed 1 for 5 seconds, so you can kind of escape it. Which is kind of like teleporting to the front of the house, which is what the teddy bear does. But you can kind of aim where you're going on this. You don't always have to run, you can always just launch somewhere. And it's a 2-minute cooldown, so you don't lose it. You have to wait 2 minutes before using it again. And these are the survivor upgrades. Now we're going to go to the monster upgrades. Again, you can have 2 of these perk things, or whatever you're going to call them. The first one is Bloodthirsty. It costs 3,000 coins. And once you click it, it tells you how far away the nearest survivor is, and has a 1-minute cooldown. So for example, let's just say the person uses it, it'd say, Jimmy is 100 blocks away. It does not tell you the direction either. It just kind of says the player's name and how much blocks he is away. So you can kind of tell, oh, my closest one, I should start looking, or I'm really far away, I should kind of start moving a lot, not start looking around. Again, 1 minute cooldown. So you don't see a bunch of monsters running around like a doofus. Alright, then we got Crushing Blow, which is 5,000 coins. And if you hit a survivor, it gives them slowness 1 and disables their abilities for 7 seconds. And it's a passive ability, so just whenever you hit them, it gives them slowness 1 and disables their abilities. So if you hit them, they can't leap away for 7 seconds. Then we got Frighten, which is 6,500 coins. And what it does is it's a gas tier. And what it does, it gives all survivors blindness and slowness 3 for 5 seconds. So it's kind of just like scaring them, I guess. And I guess, well, once I show you a move up above, I can tell you it actually works pretty well. Or if you know someone's kind of near you or something, then you just use that. And then they can't really escape and they can't really see you. And you have 3 gas tiers. Again, it's not stackable. You can't click it 3 times and they get it for 15 seconds. But there's no cooldown on it. It doesn't stack. And then we got Thor, which is 7,500 coins. And it will click it and you strike lightning on all survivors and light them on fire for 7 seconds. Lighting up people on fire does not actually damage them. It's just makes it a lot easier to see them. If you see a big fire, you know there's a person right there. It has a 1 minute and 45 second cooldown. And then for the last one, we got Whirlpool, which is 10,000 coins. And what it does is you click it, and it teleports all survivors 15 blocks away from you. It doesn't mean all the survivors who are 15 blocks away from you. It means all the survivors on the map will teleport 15 blocks to you. And then you, not them, get nausea for 15 seconds, and it has a 3-minute cooldown. This is pretty good if you're kind of clueless and you just click that so you know you have someone to kind of chase. Again, as for the terror factor, if you're just find your perfect spot and all of a sudden you just teleport right next to him. Remember, he has slowness 2, so you can't really chase you unless you run out of food, because he can sprint. Once you run out of food, you can't. Now it looks kind of boring. It's like, well, once I get the 2 best things, why even play? Well, let me introduce you to masteries. So I just made a training course real quick, if you haven't noticed. And so you can master abilities to make them better. You don't do this once, though. So we got the Survivor Masteries and the Monster Masteries. I'll show you what the Survivors are first. So the Flashlight, instead of getting night vision for 30 seconds, you get it for 45 seconds. So it's 15 seconds longer. And how to unlock it is to use Flashlight 250 times, which is the Blaze Rod. And then for radio, you can use it, you get +1 uses, so you can use it 3 times instead of twice. And it tells how many blocks away you are from the monster at the end. So once you're done using it, it'll say, you are 60 blocks away from the monster. That's kind of helpful. And then, to unlock that, you have to use the radio 450 times, and to use the flashlight, you have to use flashlight 250 times. This kind of adds up because you can use this twice in one round. And then, for the cloak, what it does, instead of showing a chest plate, it shows leggings, which is actually better, because it kind of blends in with the bottom block, not the top. So it's kind of harder, it's a little harder to spot you. You get speed 2 when crouching, so you can move a little bit faster when you're crouching. And to unlock, they have to crouch for 400 minutes. It's pretty good, so. And then, for Vaccine, once you get it, you have +1 arrows. You have 3 arrows, and +1 second of effects. So, it gets affected longer by it. And to unlock that, you have to shoot the monster 500 times. What I forgot to mention actually last time, it's kind of simple, it's just you can't bow spam him. The bow has to be fully charged, and again, it does not hurt the monster. You can't just bow spam and then just give him the effect and get out of there. You actually aim at him. And then for the leap, it shoots you 5 blocks further, and it gives you another 3 seconds of speed, and it takes off 30 seconds of cooldown. To unlock, they have to leap 1,000 times. So those were the Survivor upgrades. Now I'll show the Monster, or those are the Masteries. I'll show you the Monster Masteries. So the Bloodthirsty it takes 15 seconds off the cooldown, so it'll be a 45 second cooldown, not 1 minute. and to unlock it you have to use Bloodthirsty 750 times. It doesn't really get great, but it does take a little more than 1 day to unlock it. And then for Crushing Blow, it adds 3 seconds of slowness and ability disabling. So disable their ability for another 3 seconds and make them a little slower. And to unlock it, you have to hit 550 survivors. Then for Frighten, it gives you another gas tier and another 2 seconds of effects when you use it. And to unlock that, you have to frighten 1,000 survivors. And then for Thor, we have another 3 seconds of fire. Remember, fire doesn't hurt them, but they're easier to find. And minus 15-second cooldown. And to unlock that, you have to hit 1,250 people with lightning. And then for Whirlpool, they teleport 10 blocks away from you, not 15. And it takes off 5 seconds of nausea, so you only have nausea for 10 seconds, not 15. Until unlock that, you have to use Whirlpool 800 times. So that was all the masteries and upgrades. If you didn't really hear one, you can just watch again. And I really hope this game is implemented. This is a great idea. It's a hiding game, even though I kind of made this in light. It would be pretty dark, I'm pretty sure. And that's where flashlight and all these things come in. You can't really see them, radio and all that stuff. And for Pumpkin Ward, or anyone who's going to help them with the resource pack or something, it would be pretty cool, I guess, if you could change the texture for these items if you put this in. For example, this would actually look like a flashlight, that would look like a radio, that could look like a needle thing or a vaccine. No, that's supposed to be a rabbit's foot, that kind of looks like an ear. You make that a foot or whatever you want. Just some ideas. And so I hope this gets added, I guess. And I'll see you on the next video.